Audio, Reggie, what is the problem?
I had an itch.
It's recording. Oh, great. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video you're gonna get to see how my special guest artist Renee transformed the hubby into Beetlejuice. As you can see, he had a lot of fun with it and was a good trooper, so thanks to him for doing this, and a special thank you to Renee for doing her artistry work on him. If you want to see how he got this look, just keep on watching. As you see here, she started out with just gluing his eyebrows down and pasting them with the Elmer's glue that you can find pretty much at any store, and just paste them down really good. She did both brows a couple times over so they would lay nice flat and evenly. Then she started painting with the Graftobian wheel. I believe this is in the skeleton that you can get. And just cover the entire eyebrows up with the white, and she was mixing colors back and forth to make it a little bit more lifelike. And you want to go over this a couple times over the brows to make sure that they're really opaque. Now once she's done painting it, she's going over with the Mehron translucent setting powder. So this way the eyebrows are completely flattened and set in place after you use that cream, which he was laughing and having a good time with, as you see here. Now she's starting to finish up painting the rest of his face with the Mehron cream paints in white. You want to go over this again a couple of times. Does the entire face. We made him shave first, of course, so it wouldn't get caught in his hair. But yeah, so she continues to do that and covers the entire face up with the white. Really easy to do. Now once you have the face completely covered in white and down the neck, she's fastening the wig that we got from Amazon onto his forehead with the spearmint gum, and make sure that that's easily in place. It was a little bit difficult at first because it didn't fit right, but just use a bald capping beforehand, or just really squeeze it on down there and stick that spearmint gum and hold on tight to it and let it sit for a few minutes. Now she's going in with the Mehron liquid latex, which this stuff you can also get off of Amazon like we did. You're gonna go over this a couple of times. You have to let it dry in between layers, so you have to, everything is working in layers. The face paint, the cream paints, the liquid latex, it all works in layers. So once she lays that down, you let it dry for a little bit, and it's definitely a process, but a fun one. So hubby was just watching baseball at the time she was doing all this, and you see here she's now going back over with a second layer of that white Mehron cream paint, and it makes it even more opaque. This way it completely covers the skin, but again, let it dry down a little bit first and then go back over it once more. And I would say do this about 2-3 times to get a really opaque layer, and you know, make sure that you completely cover every area of the skin that you want covered, and except for the bald cap, you have to wait for that. You can't go over the latex before it dries, and you layer that up first. So that's what she's doing now. And yeah, he was loving this, getting all into his lips. we were dying laughing, but he was definitely a trooper. So again, I definitely want to thank him for sitting here and letting her do this to him. It was definitely fun, but yeah, he wasn't loving the nose or the mouth part because it kept tickling him. So you can actually see her laughing on the side. We both were pretty much laughing the entire time, but it was a fun process. So yeah, this is pretty thick, cream based. It's actually water activated Mehron paints that you can use. Comes in a kit with 12 different colors. I will link all of the products used in the description bar. Here she's using the black cream paint to first outline his eye sockets. And you want to do this very carefully so you don't actually get any of this into the eye, because it does tend to sting a little bit, especially for somebody like hubby that's not used to wearing any sort of makeup or even FX makeup. So she was definitely going slowly with him and he wasn't loving it, but again, he was a trooper. So once you lay that down, and she was going back over with the liquid latex, again working in layers and letting it dry down, get the entire edge of the cap, and then she was working her way up to the top of the cap so it kind of blended all in. Now she's taking the sides and sticking that down with that spirit gum. And this also you can purchase. Again, all these products we purchased off of Amazon, and I will link below for you if you're interested in recreating this look. Now she's going back into the cream paints and she's mixing colors of the red and the black to make a purpley color to really make Beetlejuice come to life. And then she's taking some of the brown color to kind of stipple on with a stippling sponge to get the rest of his face, to give him that really rotted, dead look that Beetlejuice is known for and has. Kind of like a moldish colored brown and green. She was using a bunch of different colors to really bring it forward and make it really 3D and lifelike. So now she's going into the Jeffree Star Cremated palette and just using different colors to blend those creams in. You always want to kind of use the powder on top of the creams, so one, it stays in place and stays more opaque, and this way it also brings out more color and saturation. You can actually do more things with the different colors and really make it come to life. Then Renee just took some more purple cream paint and got both of the eyes done with the purple, as we know Beetlejuice has that. And now she's taking the rest of the white cream paint, bringing that up onto that skull cap. Once all the latex has dried up, then you can go and put your white cream paint over top of that. And she makes sure that she covers the entire opening of the cap up to the hairline. Make sure you get into all the crevices. It can be difficult. This cap was a little bit hard to work with, but again, just be patient and just work in little steps, and that's exactly what she did here. Now she's going back in with that same stippling sponge with the green, brown, and red cream paints to really give it more of a rotted look there. And then she's pasting down the rest of the wig with the spirit gum, because it was, again, still, working in small spaces and just trying to, get it dried down as good as it possibly could. Again, this wig was pretty difficult to work with, just an FYI if you do purchase the same one off of Amazon. But again, it still worked in the end. You just had to play with it around a little bit. So she really made sure that it dried and stuck well to his head, but also made sure that it didn't get into his hair. After that, she's starting to go back in to finish up the top of the cap once the latex and the paint was all dried up, and adding some more brown paint to that because we wanted to also add in some mold, actual mold that we got from Michael's that you'll see here in a little bit. Sorry about the camera shake. The dog actually hit the camera stand, so sorry about that. Little technical difficulties, but anyways, yes, so she went around more with the green, and again, you want to use different colors of green and browns and reds to really just give it more of a lifelike appearance. So she was going between the Graftobian wheels. This is the bruised colored one, I believe, and the Mehron cream paints, and then the Graftobian skull color wheel. She's going around his mouth, the edges of his face, and down his neck, just like Beetlejuice had in the movies. Renee is now going back into the Jeffree Star Cremated palette, and she's contouring the wrinkles in that forehead skull cap to really give it that aged look, and setting everything, all the cream powder with the translucent Mehron powder. And now she's taking the little sticks and moss that we found at Michael's and putting it in the hair so it actually looks like, you know, Beetlejuice lived in the ground. And so we wanted to make him really look like he was disheveled and actually living in the ground. So yeah, there are these little sticks that you can buy from any sort of craft store, Michael's, or even on Amazon. And now she's laying down some more spirit gum and adding the mold that we found. It's kind of like this moss that you can find from any of the craft stores, like I said. And again, just let it dry a little bit, set, and then place it wherever you'd like. And we did that on the edges of the face and down his neck. And she's doing some contouring with the Nightmare Before Christmas Jack palette. Now she's doing the toothbrush trick where you take some of the cream paint and you actually can splatter paint to make it look like it's even more aged looking. So it's an interesting technique. It's really neat, and it comes out looking really lifelike and really cool. So right now she's drying his teeth and getting it ready for what's called the Mehron tooth paint. She actually did black and red to make it look very molded like inside of his mouth. It's actually more lifelike looking than putting in prosthetic teeth or anything like that, because it paints right on your regular teeth. Just make sure that you dry the teeth down really good first and then place it on the teeth. Now she's contouring his cheeks out a little bit and blending that all together, and then going and painting his eyebrows in with that Graftobian wheel, the skull paint bruising wheel, and painting the eyebrows on, going between black, purple, and red. So those were the colors that she chose there. And now she's putting more spirit gum down the neck so she can add on some more of that hair and more of that mold and moss stuff that we got. And yep, so that was a little bit tricky because some of it wasn't sticking that great. But now we're going into the scab blood, I believe, where she's yep, it's the scab blood that she started with, dripping down his mouth. We wanted to make him kind of evil looking, you know, put our own twist on it. So you can again get this off of Amazon or off of Mehron's website and the Graftobian website. But and then she's taking what's called coagulated blood, I believe, and just dripping that down his mouth, his neck, just making them look a little bit more ominous and evil looking, you know. So just wanted to give it our own little twist to Beetlejuice. So it was a lot of fun, and I think she did a wonderful job. Again, I want to thank her so much for doing this. And Sean, you were definitely a trooper, so thank you also to you. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished look, guys. So I will list again all the products down below in the description bar if you'd like to recreate this look. And again, sorry for the camera shake, but thanks so much for hanging out with us, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget about the massive giveaway on my channel. That's the previous video. That actually ends this Friday. All entries will be ended on October 30th. So make sure you're subscribed and make sure you enter that giveaway because it's a big one. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. And again, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.